Hello again and welcome back. You should now have a solid understanding of what a brand is and why it is the best investment that your business can make to increase your future growth and success. Before we get into the actual strategic brand design process, let's assess two circumstances or situations that businesses often discover once they begin to analyze their current brand. What typically happens is a business will realize that they never actually had a proper brand in place, or it becomes shockingly obvious that their current brand is in desperate need of help. Don't worry, after all, this is the reason why you are here. No matter which position your business is currently in, I'm going to walk you through, step by step, exactly what you need to do in order to revitalize, reposition, and redesign your brand. Typically, a business will begin the branding or the rebranding process if they meet one of the following criteria. They are a new company or launching a new product. They are changing the name of their business. They are revitalizing the brand or the brand's visual identity. They have added sub-brands and need to create an integrated architecture. They have merged with another company. They need to target a new audience, or they need to further differentiate from the competition. If there is already a brand in place, chances are it's been neglected over the years and your business has not been following any sort of strict brand guidelines. Trust me, I've seen this a dozen times. Brands become weak, struggle, and ultimately fail because the business no longer prioritizes the brand. Oftentimes, the leaders and the team are so busy working in the business that they forget to work on the business. Knowing when it is time for a rebrand is critical to fixing a bad situation before it gets worse. Here are 9 signs that it's time to rebrand your business. Number 1, your business name no longer represents your brand's vision. If your brand has been around for a few years, chances are that it has changed over time. Maybe your name no longer properly represents the products that you sell or the services that you offer. Or perhaps the name that you originally chose is not engaging with your target audience or accurately describes what you do. Either way, you should never let your business name negatively affect your opportunity for growth. Keep in mind, changing your name is not an easy process. It could take weeks of research and discovery to develop a strong name that is unique, differentiating, and memorable. But your name is a foundation element of your entire brand. It is displayed front and center and appears across all of your consumer touchpoints. In an upcoming module, I will show you how to properly name or rename your business. Number 2, your brand looks the same as your competition. Successful brands are the ones that have carved out their niche in the marketplace. They provide a unique service or product that the competition does not, and they market those products and services differently from the competition. If your brand is failing to differentiate, then you are simply another subpar solution that will get lost in the marketplace. Branding is all about competitive differentiation. What makes your brand unique and better? Once again, in an upcoming module, I will show you how to strengthen your brand by completing a competitor audit. You will discover how to find the weaknesses of your competition and then how to position your brand as the better option and capture the attention of your audience. Number 3, your brand has lost focus and is confusing. As your business grows, it becomes more and more difficult to keep your brand focus. As you add new products or services, your parent brand can become weakened if you don't have a proper brand architecture or hierarchy in place. Or if your brand has been mismanaged and not implemented with consistency across all of your touch points, it will become confusing and disconnected with your consumers. By developing your brand strategy, you have the opportunity to build your brand from the ground up and develop a solid architecture that allows any future sub-brands or products to fit seamlessly into your parent brand and pull value from its equity. Number 4, your business model has changed. Businesses often evolve, change, and adapt over time. And before they know it, they end up in a completely different place than the one that they started in. If your original brand's purpose, which is the reason why you exist, no longer points your business in the direction of your goals, it's time to develop a new brand strategy for future growth. If how your brand is presented does not match with how you do business, your brand will be perceived as misaligned. Number 5, your business has outgrown your brand. Outgrowing your brand is not necessarily a bad thing. Perhaps recent success has forced your business to realize that you need a better foundation for future growth. It may also indicate that your original brand was not as strong as it needed to be to support your business. Either way, a rebrand provides the opportunity to build your new brand foundation properly. If you stick with me throughout this entire training, I promise I will show you the exact steps and provide you with all the tools that you need to effectively develop a brand strategy that is flexible and capable of scaling with your business. Number 6, your brand needs to disassociate itself from a negative image. In today's world of social media and constant exposure, there is no place to hide. Your business, your brand, and everything that your employees say and do are in the spotlight and under the microscope of the consumer. Therefore, your business may find itself in a situation someday that needs to be rectified swiftly and delicately. Performing an audit of all of your consumer touchpoints will provide important insights on where the negative perceptions lie. Based on how extreme these negative connotations are, a rebrand may be the most effective solution to help your business distance itself from the unfortunate situation. Number 7, your brand struggles to raise prices. A properly set up brand strategy is your business's most valuable asset because it creates exponential brand equity. As your brand's equity increases, so does the perceived value of your business. If your customers perceive your brand as more valuable than the competition, then they are willing to pay a premium price for your products or services. If your business is unable to successfully raise your prices, then chances are your current brand strategy is not producing brand equity and therefore is in need of a rebrand. Number 8, your brand wants to connect with a new audience. If your business is producing great results, chances are you already have defined your audience and are successfully targeting them. After all, business success is built on customer loyalty. So what happens when your business introduces a new product or service that is intended for an audience outside of your current demographic? If you try to communicate the same brand message with this new consumer through the same marketing channels, your efforts will not engage with this new audience. In this situation, the best options are to either complete a rebrand where your new products or services is introduced to the new audience and alter your brand messaging and visual identity to reflect their new offering. Or you can create a new sub-brand in the brand architecture so the new audience can be targeted through the same marketing campaigns while benefiting from the equity of your parent brand. Either way, a rebrand allows your business to redefine yourself with the goal of reaching these new and untapped audiences. Number 9, your brand is not attracting top talent. A powerful brand begins within the organization. The best talent wants to align themselves with companies that have common values to their own. They need to feel a sense of purpose. They are motivated and inspired by brands that make an impact. If your business is discovering that your team lacks motivation, is not engaged, and isn't actively upholding the values and the vision of the brand, then it may be time for a rebrand. By repositioning your business as an industry leader, it will not only connect with the consumer on an emotional level, but also with your team. After all, your team will be your first loyal brand advocates. As you can see from all of these examples, a strong brand is what will make the difference between your brand either developing a cult-like following or just being another follower in the crowded marketplace. But even the strongest brands aren't bulletproof forever. At some point over the longevity of your brand, you are destined to encounter one, if not several, of these situations, which may require a rebrand to continue growth and increase your revenue. That is all for now. Be sure to review and complete the action guide for this module, and I will see you in the next session.